Hey, what's up, everybody? BDF 44 coming at you in another video. So, last couple times I tried to make a video, I received phone calls that I really was happy to answer. So I didn't finish those videos. You probably ain't gonna see those videos. But basically, I feel a lot better, man. I spoke to my sister. I talked to my uncle, and those people just eased my mind. My situation is as it is, but at the same time, I have a family that's determined to not only help but to understand me. And I was able to have a real heart-to-heart with my sister about my condition, about my conditioning, about what to be expected if for some reason I was to live with others. And I want people to understand I've never allowed myself to really be in situations that otherwise make me unhappy. I have effectively kept myself from all of that. So how bad it actually gets is a mystery really to me. But I can tell you I ain't a violent person. I can tell you that I've been around people, and if I'm around people I love, it's not going to be a problem. I'm not going to do anything that's going to make them uncomfortable because my character and my ethics won't allow it. I'm a good guy. At least I perceive myself to be, but when it comes to myself, my living condition, what I'm used to, I just stay to myself and I live in my own little world, and it allows me to talk to myself, do my little art, but it also allows me to continue to stay in spaces where I stay sick. And condition myself to ultimately have days like I did on Tuesday, where when you can't escape, you're just like suicidal. And that's what I discovered. All this time, I didn't really know what happens when I can't comfort myself, protect myself, and isolate the way that I do. I didn't know. And, in talking to my sister, I realized something as I was explaining it to her, that I did the same thing in regards to my mom when she moved out, as it pertains to staying away from her. It's like I stay away from everyone else. When my mom moved out of the apartment, there were times where I went a whole week at a time, 2 weeks at a time without calling my mother. And it was a situation where she wanted me to come see her because she had gotten ill with cancer. Spend weekends with me, Brandon. Come spend weekends with your mommy. And I didn't want to. I had to convince myself to do that. Even though she was the most comfortable person there ever would be in my life, I spent all of my first 16 years of life right next to her. So it was like, I didn't perceive it as a mental health thing then, but now that I look back on the conditioning of my mind and what I've learned, it's like, I was wigging out with my mom too, in a sense that I didn't feel comfortable around her either after she moved out, and I started getting used to isolation, which was just a real red flag of how bad things actually were. It took maybe how long it's been, probably 15 years since. I don't know, maybe not that long, but the point is I'm barely understanding that I did that to her, with her, when I know I don't have no anxiety about my mom. I don't have any anxiety about my mom's ghost. If she were to walk in here as a ghost, all I'm gonna do is try to hug it. That's it. But the point was, like, when you get to a space where you condition yourself to isolate like I do, you don't find yourself wanting to do anything that betrays that. And as you anticipate what it looks like when you do, you find yourself in situations where you're manic as I was on Tuesday, or as manic as I was on Friday when I was having that dream that was attacking me in the way that it was. It essentially was surrounding the idea of having to live with others and not really wanting to. And I know where that comes from. It's from the trauma of being left alone with that lady when I was 2. My sister's calling me back, but I think I'll be able to upload this one, BDF 44.